Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. In yesterday's Take 5, I was sharing about how I personally had to handle my frustration at a situation when a company that was supposed to be supplying us with a log cabin for building a new studio for all our online work, the company went bust and we've lost a substantial deposit that we had placed with them for our new recording studio. Now, when you stop to think about it, I had to deal with my frustration and I really wanted to be angry at somebody. I wanted to blame somebody. But any business going bust is a tragedy. It's a tragedy for the workers that have lost their jobs. It's a tragedy for the owners of the business, people who were pursuing a dream, and they've seen that come crashing down. In fact, in these times, with all the lockdowns and all the circumstances we've been through over the nearly 2 years now, it's amazing that more businesses haven't gone under. I'm constantly amazed at the resilience of so many places that had their doors closed for so long and yet have been able to stay in business. Now, regarding the company that we had ordered the log cabin from, it was quite simple. COVID caused their production to grind to a halt. They had taken orders. Then prices of materials began to go up because as we began to emerge out of lockdowns, everybody was wanting to build, everyone was wanting to get back to work, and the price of all the materials went up to the point where it was costing them more to build a log cabin than what they had agreed to sell it for. And of course, no company can continue on that basis. Nobody's to blame. Sometimes things happen and nobody is to blame for it, but still we tend to look for somebody to blame. That would be convenient and easy when we're faced with a difficult situation. I was thinking about this the other day when I filled up my car and filled up with diesel, and I was taken aback at how much it costs to fill a car with diesel. It was over €90, and I thought, wow, the prices have really gone through the roof. Now, I have friends in the United States who are experiencing the same thing, and they're immediately looking for somebody to blame. It's got to be the president's fault. If we had this president instead of that president, we wouldn't be paying extra for the fuel to fill our cars. But of course, the whole world is paying extra for fuel at the moment. Never mind what government they have, or who's in power, or who won an election, or who lost an election. The fact is, there is a post-COVID surge in economic activity at present, and activity increases demand. And we live in a system of supply and demand, and whenever demand is high, prices go up. That's how capitalism and our profit system that we live in works. I didn't invent it, but I've learned to live in it. And yet we want to blame somebody, particularly if it's somebody we don't like. We'd like to blame them and say that it's their fault. But sometimes bad things happen. And sometimes there isn't anybody else that we can just pin the blame on. And instead of going looking for a scapegoat, rather than figuring out who made this happen, we need to say, what does God want me to do in this situation? I'm reminded of the man born blind in John chapter 9, where the disciples wanted to play the blame game. Lord, whose fault is it that this man was born blind? Was it his parents or was it his own sin? They must have been figuring some kind of reincarnation deal there. And Jesus said, neither, but that the glory of God might be revealed. In other words, Jesus didn't want to play the blame game, but he looked and said, in this situation, what can I do now to glorify the Father? And I believe that's how we need to live. We cannot expect to glide blissfully through life without encountering problems. Bad things happen. Stuff happens that hurts us. Sometimes it hurts us financially. Sometimes it hurts us health-wise. Sometimes it hurts us emotionally, relationally. But bad things happen. Instead of playing the blame game and trying to find somebody to pin the fault on so we can get mad at them, we need to say what Jesus said. How can this be an opportunity for the glory of God to be revealed? And I pray today, whatever you face in life, whether things are going great at the moment or whether you are facing some difficulties, I pray that you will find a way to glorify Jesus. And I'm determined that everything that I confront in my life today, I'm going to glorify Jesus, because I believe there is an opportunity to glorify him in every circumstance that happens in our lives, whether they be easy or whether they be difficult. May God bless you today in Jesus' name. And please join us next time for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.